do you want me to? Want me to? So do you want me to? Want me to?
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready for this series, guys. I'm ready because I told you guys I was gonna do this, and here I am. I'm doing it. I don't know how much I'm gonna help, but I'm gonna do everything I can to help. This video is about the 5 things you need to know before you decide to become a YouTuber / influencer, because there are a lot of things that y'all do not know, and you guys need to sit down and ask yourself these 5 questions before you decide to jump into some sort of a career, whether it's part-time, full-time, or whatever your goal is. But I will do everything I can to be at least a little bit helpful, and I wish these are things that people would have told me before I decided that I wanted to pursue this as a career. And not for nothing, I'm not even full-time yet, but I can help you get to where I am. I can help you become a part-time social media influencer or YouTuber. So let's get into it. So these are 5 things you need to ask yourself before you decide to become a YouTuber / influencer, because guys, it is not all shits and giggles, okay? It is not all creativity and fun and just talking a lot. It's none of that. There's a lot that goes into building your own platform and for you to be someone that people will go to promote their product. It takes work, it takes time, it takes energy. But here's a couple of things that I want you guys to sit within yourself and think about before you decide to start your journey or your career. The reason why this is going to be different from any other videos that you watch is because I'm going to be really super thorough and legit about this. I do want to help as many people as possible to promote or go in the direction that they want to. Anybody could be a YouTuber, anybody could be an influencer. It's just a matter of how much talent and patience and how committed you are to the journey. So not everybody's gonna be like me, that's outgoing and out there. Some people are gonna need a lot of work to have their own personality, to have their own voice, to have their own everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Don't forget to hit that like button, also hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I cannot wait to complete the series because I don't know, I just wish people told me these things when I decided that I wanted to be a YouTuber. There was so much I didn't know. So this is not gonna be helpful for people who've already been doing YouTube or have already tried to be influencer. If you are very new, you haven't even started, that's who this video is for. This video is for beginners. First thing that I want you to ask yourself before you decide to become a YouTuber or influencer is, are you willing to work hard? A lot of people think that you just make videos and you post them and that's it. But there's a lot that goes into it. There's making the video, there's editing the video, it's coming up with content, doing a calendar, making a plan, creating thumbnails, posting your videos on amongst other social media platforms, making sure your social media is nice and appealing to your audience. You want to make sure your YouTube channel looks pretty. You want to make sure things are easy to find. You want to make sure that your niche, there's like a lot that goes into becoming a YouTuber or influencer. So you have to ask yourself, how committed I am to this journey. Am I doing this to make money, or am I doing this because this is my hobby? Because you can just do this for a hobby. If this is genuinely what you want to do and you're not doing it for money, that is okay. You don't have to look so hard into it then. But if you're like, oh, I hate my job, I like YouTube, I want to make this career, I want to make a part-time income or a full-time income, that's what you really need to sit down and think. Like, it might not be a full-time 9 to 5, but it is a lot of work. And if anything, I know people who've been doing this for years and they work harder on their platform than they did at a 9 to 5. So just think that, be like, hey, am I willing to work hard for my passion? Because if this is not your passion, if this is not something you want to do, you might want to pick a different field. So this is not to discourage you. This is just me keeping it a buck, you feel me? All right, so the second thing that I want you to ask yourself is, am I willing to be patient? So a lot of people see these influencers and these couples and these vloggers, fashion people who have these YouTube channels. They're just laughing. Some of them are not doing anything. A lot of YouTubers are just like showing their life and vlogging, and they do challenges or whatever. Some people literally do meditation channels. Like, there's some people who genuinely just kind of chill out and they have a really lax channel and they don't have like a set thing that they're doing. However, what you don't see is that they've been doing this for years and years and years and years and years now they make it full-time income. Some people, of course, are lucky enough to start a channel and within a year, they're famous YouTubers or they're famous social media. They come across maybe the right person. Like, there are huge people on YouTube that will take people under their wings, like DDG, and I'm sure if you work with Mr. B, you're learning how to build your platform because you have that mentorship and those people around you. Not everybody has that. Some of us are in a small town in New York. Nobody knows who you are. You don't have a lot of friends. So you're literally starting from scratch. I didn't start making money on YouTube for at least a year. And if anything, I'm lucky enough where I make not a lot more money than most people that have the same amount of subscribers as me. I would just say that so as far as AdSense goes, my average is a little bit higher. It's actually lowered a little bit, but it's a little bit higher than the average person. And I'm not even gonna get into numbers, but just know that I'm doing something right? But understand that I didn't even know how to make money outside of AdSense. There are so many ways to make money on YouTube or on social media, but you don't know that when you're just getting started. Or maybe you do know that, so you're ahead of the curve, but are you willing to do a whole bunch of free work before you make your first dollar? Because that's what you're signing up for. You're signing up for putting out creatives, doing your makeup, doing editing videos, especially if you're doing fashion, you're reviewing clothes for free for these companies. You're literally putting in time before anybody even realizes who you are or cares about who you are. So you have to be like, okay, like it might take me 5 years to be able to be a full-time YouTuber. Are you willing to commit that 5 years to this platform? It's just a question. So the third thing that I want you to ask yourself is, am I willing to deal with all the negativity that comes with being on a platform such as YouTube or Instagram or any social media platform? No matter what or who you are, you literally could your whole page could be, I'm gonna promote being nice to people all the time. And people will be like, you can't always be nice to people and you're a freaking simp or whatever these people say like that. You literally can have the most positive page. You could show babies hugging babies all day on YouTube. Oh, this baby gave this baby a hug. This baby gave this baby a hug. And someone will be like,
this is the worst channel I've ever seen in my life. How dare you put babies? You're making money off babies.
Like, you have no idea the things that people come up with. I have people who get upset with me for talking too much on my channel. And I'm like, but this is my channel. Aren't I supposed to talk? And if you think I talk too much, why don't you just leave? But you know what? They don't just leave. They comment. They're what they feel about you. They comment about your size. They comment about your teeth. They're gonna, you know, come at you about your hair. They're gonna be like, Leslie, this pink sweatshirt is stupid. You have to be willing and okay to deal with the negativity that comes with it and let it go through one ear and out the other. And you have to ask yourself, am I personally developed enough to deal with the rejection and the negativity that comes through this platform? Because not only are you gonna be receiving negativity from just people that have nothing else to do, you're going to be rejected a lot. You're gonna be reaching out to brands, or you're gonna have ideas for brands, and you're gonna be brave enough to reach out to these people and say, this is what I want to do. And you have to be okay with being ignored, or them saying you don't have the platform for it, or you're not what we're looking for, or sorry, we just don't like you. Are you okay with that? Because people say no to me all the time. And I'm like, okay, moving on. Sometimes that's just what life is. A whole bunch of rejection. It only takes one yes to change your life, but are you willing to take all the no's in? Does that make sense, guys? So remember, not everybody's gonna love you right away. Not everybody's gonna be super duper excited to watch your channel. Some people are going to come and just say bad things because they have nothing else to do. So if someone says you're ugly, you're gonna cry, you're gonna keep going. The fourth thing I want you to ask yourself is, are you willing to invest in yourself and in your channel? So I'm not saying you need money to get started with being a YouTuber or influencer. You can literally use the things that you have. But however, the bigger your channel grows, the more you're going to want to get better. You're gonna want to upgrade your audio. You're gonna wanna upgrade your camera. You're gonna wanna upgrade your lenses. You're gonna want more fashion. If you're doing a fashion page, if you're a cook, you're gonna want better knives or whatever, you know, people do. You have to say, instead of me taking the first dollar I make from this platform, am I gonna reinvest it in myself, or am I gonna invest it in something stupid that I don't really need? Every cent that I've made on YouTube or influencing or anything like that, I've completely 100% reinvested all of that back into my channel. I never have had that opportunity to just enjoy the money that I've made, because you have to keep up with the brand and the product. You're not making sometimes enough money to, and this is the beginning. Now I get to save money, which is awesome, and I get to pay rent sometimes, which is really, really cool. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. In the beginning, it took a lot. I had to really take every cent and buy clothes, because I have a fashion page. So I would go buy clothes, and then if I made money off of that, I would go buy more clothes. And these brands are not sending me stuff for free at this time. You know, you have to go with what you have. I started making videos about stuff that I had already, or the makeup I already owned, or whatever I was doing at that time. I had to literally take all the money I ever got and buy a camera and buy these lights and buy this mic, because I really, really know that this is what I want to do. So you have to be willing to take the money that you have and sometimes invest in better quality stuff. Not all the time, or you're gonna have to do this. At some point it's gonna be worth it, but in the beginning you're gonna lose money before you make money. That's just the reality of it. The last thing I want you to ask yourself is, am I willing to learn something new every day? Because you're gonna come in to this and you're gonna learn new things every day that you didn't even know you had to do. There are gonna be so many people telling you all different sorts of things about what you need to do with your channel. You're gonna have to learn editing ideas. You have to learn softwares. You have to learn how cameras work. You have to learn manual versus automatic. There's so much, especially if you're not already an editor, a film person, if you're just a personality and you just are creative and you've never done anything like this before in your life, you have so much to learn. And for me, when I first started, I was all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going with my channel. But what I did know was that I was willing to pay for courses and research on YouTube and figure out how to make this work. Are you gonna be the most perfect professional editor, personality, YouTube star in the history of the world? Maybe one day, but there's a huge chance that you're not going to be the best. But it's not about being the best, it's about you being your best and you figuring out what my audience likes and what I like to do and what I want to put out there. You don't want to keep continuously putting out content that is not up to par for who you can be and who you are as a person. So you're going to be learning stuff all the time. I still sometimes get upset with myself with the fact that I sometimes don't do the best with my vlogs, because my vlogs be all over the place. But I'm just happy that I'm getting out content, because that's my weak point. However, I'm like, okay, I look at my videos and I write down notes. I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do next time. Or I look up other YouTubers and see what they're doing, and I say, okay, well, Arnell Armand, she does this, and this is what lens she uses, and this is how she goes about her day, and this is what vlogging camera she uses. So I'm always looking for, you know, more information. Or like I said, you could spend thousands of dollars on a course like I did. I spent a couple $1,000s on a YouTube course so I could learn how YouTube works. And I learned so much from that, and now I am where I am today. So after you answer all these questions, you guys can go into my next video that will be coming out soon, and then we're gonna get you started with your YouTube channel or your social media platform. I'm gonna very much stick with mostly YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Every algorithm is different, but I do want to get you guys started, and I'm gonna give you as many details as I possibly can. I know that there are a lot of YouTube channels on this already. I know that there are a lot of people who have millions of subscribers, but you know what? There's some people who are gonna resonate with me, and there's some people who just want to hear from someone who's still grinding, who's still trying to figure things out, who's still learning new things every day. Because you know what? Some people lose touch of how things work. They say, do this, do this, do this, do this, and they forget, sir, I only have an hour a day to do this. I don't have time to be doing all this craziness. So I want to make this as simple as possible for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that way you can see the rest of this series. It's going to be separate from my rest of my playlist. You know, I do hauls and beauty stuff on this channel, but I did want to keep it on this channel because I'm sure that there are people who are interested in what I do. You know, it's a lot of work. Even putting on makeup and picking clothes and making sure there's no boogers in your nose and doing videos over again because there is a booger in your nose. It can be a lot, but we're gonna work through this together. I'm gonna show you guys my process, and I hope that you guys can grow faster than me. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much, and peace.
So do you want me to?